Okay, group first. This is our first headliner who's coming to absolutely knock your socks off. It's going to be an absolute pleasure. Can't wait to see it. Guys, give a big round of applause. Let's build it up. Let's build it up. Start the round of applause. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. All to the very top, all to the very top. For the wonderful Black Ops Poetry.
We can keep it there, we can keep it there. Colour. Colour's become a buzzword again, and I hate this term, a man of colour. I am sick of being stuck between gay racism and black homophobia. It's tiring, this tug of war between the colour of my skin among the homosexual community and sexuality among my ethnic community. I've been shackled in the chains of shame for an eternity, and if the word is the truth, then let this spoken word set me free. Let every syllable in this poetry express the pain of each stone thrown at my glass conservatory. I'm shattered. I'm tired of defending myself against hatred and bigotry. I want to be left alone to love freely the way I've loved every other brother and sister unconditionally. I want affectionate contact in the street without fear of sparking World War III, and please forgive me, but what has my relationship with God and his creative imagery got to do with you? How is your slate so clean you have the audacity to cast me as the depths of depravity? I worked with what I was given the best way I knew how, but you tried to hold and compress me down like I'm blue tack. Your notice board stationery, portraying me as the poster boy for the failings of humanity. I'm the beauty of butterfly floating with the pain of bees stinging me, and age has taught my heart that you can't stop fighting valiantly. I was born with my hands up screaming, I come in peace. And this motherfucker had the actual cheek to throw positive discrimination policy at me like I was the reason the system was fuckeries. The system means we're all born free with the same opportunities. You're confused, my friend. I think it's best you take a seat. You see, your opinion is like a reflection in a train window, and like Storm Queen, I'm looking right through. But I don't want to be the angry man spurting verbal heat. If you don't like it, go back to your own country. You're too fucking fast. You don't understand. Take it easy. Portrayed as a wild dog that needs verbal chastity when I speak of the fragility of privilege. He says, but I love hip-hop and black people. He names a few classics, recites a few lyrics to live and die in LA, detached, forgetting that some ethnics actually live this shit. Now, granted, I live a far mile from these visual aesthetics, but it doesn't stop Piggy Smith from searching me out like Neo in the Matrix. Do you mind if we search you, sir? There've been a few car robberies in the area, just checking you ain't got a car radio. Really? In my skinny jeans and my black tee, where did you expect it to be? Just past my sphincter or by where I pee? Now, just keep calm, sir, we don't want any trouble, yeah. But you're the third Bobby to stop me in a quarter of a mile. What the fuck did you expect for me to nod and smile like it happens once in a while? Shit! You lot track me like a shadow around a sundial and others laugh because you only see my plight through a device. So are you uncomfortable? Are you uncomfortable with the fact that I spell the word nigger and you don't see the stars? Are you uncomfortable with the fact the field and master was swapped for a cell and guard? Are you uncomfortable enough to code switch to fit in? Are you uncomfortable with the fact my name is inextricably tied to my black skin? Are you uncomfortable with the knowledge we won't let this go? Are you uncomfortable with the fact celebrities buy black bodies like commodities? Are you uncomfortable with the number of dead black bodies during COVID-19 or HIV? Are you uncomfortable enough to lower your voice when you use the word black to describe a person? Are you uncomfortable with the words, I can't breathe? Are you more uncomfortable with the looting or the murder? Look, are you uncomfortable? Are you uncomfortable? I said, are you uncomfortable? start off where I left off last time. I'm going through some... So I got diagnosed with ADHD in January. Then they put me on ADHD medication, and that fucked my head up. Like something serious. I don't know how often people then start questioning who they are all the time, but that's the direction we're gonna go in now. But do I have the good that I seek in others? It's like I'm living ethereal. Like I'm viewing me from me, an out-of-body experience. I think you call them anxieties if my GP's believable. So, do I do the things I do, or do I think I do the things I do? These questions find me thinking late at night, mentally screwed, numbing. They find me seeking peace in the most volatile volcanics, in the blinding lights and smoke machines, toilet cubicles and lines in the music scene. My fault lines, my fault lines are clear like the waters in Silfra. You've seen them, right? When my tectonic plates shift, right? So I'm sure you'll understand my fears then. I'm sure you'll understand why my inner saboteur is louder than the bass system. But I guess this is the space between me and me. It's just not the me that I thought I was going to be, or the me that I thought I'd be. Not that either is good or bad, it's just me viewing me. If plants can mimic plants, and I've been watching me. Conspiracy theory. And so I run headfirst, relying on my peripheral realities. The house, the car, the flossing, and the money. And thus these shadows will continue to follow me. Clock left, what's that beside me? Laser focus, I missed the hand in front of me. I had a choice. Slim though it was a choice. A moment where the road forks. A moment where the flesh wants road A, and so of course you acquiesced in the outcome. Well, the outcome always has this coarse tendency to slowly come out in favor of road B. But I guess the grass is always greener on the other side, I told me. But back to this assessment of this mentality. These rounded questions about this self and this attempted emancipation. This moment that I introvert. This moment that I question my cookies. That's my processor trying to right wrongs, but stored information will always create pattern behavior. If I'm the beginning and the end, ever eternal, the alpha and omega, omniscient and omnipresent, then question everything. Question every moment, every process, every memory. Cause something's not clicking here. Something's off key, something's in the distance I hear, and so you wait as life flies by and you can't understand why. It keeps hitting you back with glass pipes. You weren't supposed to stand still, right? You were supposed to run and grab on, right? But how will I know? You take the chance, the rapper says, right? You need both hands, so leave the baggage behind and remember the lessons of that Scottish music, right? Like a muscle memory violin player. And keep an eye on the conductor, cause he'll keep switching stuff up to fit the singer. We're all connected. We're all hedge betting. We're all his children. We're all learning. I'm just thinking, I'm just riffing, I'm just trying. I'm just trying to find the part where I fit in. No excuses, no ruses. I guess at the end of the day, I'm the one that chooses what part of me wins or loses. I've been trying to get my thorns to stop protruding, but it's painful, and my hands keep bleeding. I heard someone talk about their fingers being where you could feel the heart beating. But is this my pulse or your pulse? Look, I'm trying not to cry here. I don't understand, I'm not understanding, and I'm starting to create internal fears that are worse than anything I could bear, worse than anything I could share. I don't want to be here. It's not that I'm contemplating suicide, I just don't like this fear, and it's leaving me scared, blue like the specific oceans I fear. And so I swill potions mixed with the currents of my hands, and that's when life bubbles up like a can of Heineken. I'm gonna stop that one there because that's a bit harder than I thought that was gonna be. The last two that I'm gonna do, I started to question, like, you know, what I was doing as a poet, and whether I was doing anything new or was I just running over the same shit everyone else has run over already. Whether I carry on, whether I, you know, it seems I've lost the ability to write objective poetry. Words that wholeheartedly capture the room's view of society, but my teeth sieve words emotionally and economically, removing any edge they once had verbally. If a contract is an enforceable agreement where 5 elements are present, the offer, the acceptance, the consideration, intention, and capacity, then I'm lacking capacity. And too much thought has gone into my intention, meaning the consideration is too constrained for your acceptance, and thus my offer falls somewhat short. Some will say this is a case of tort, and others will say this is a breach of contract, but this is simply food for thought. My need for you to stand, applaud, and take your hats off means my voice falls flat. Like some generic pop track, easily digestible, but says nothing about the society I wrote it for. Words that exist but never live, they lack that social interaction in their quest to create your chemical reaction. But I guess I am simply the ideology of reproduction and not innovation. I'm only here to differentiate myself within a predetermined, listener-tested niche. I'm shit, and it smells like roses. My pocket's full of fags, and my camera's full of selfie poses. My only aim is to stand out on a shelf next to 500 other poets that are designed to do exactly the same damn thing. I am the product. I am the commodity. So I must present as someone that says the right thing, does the right thing, and writes the right thing. Look, let every thought be an inspiration for every inhale and every word an expression of every exhale. Look, I don't want to die, but I do want to reach nirvana. So, right. This starts off a bit dark and then we get brighter because I don't want to leave you guys feeling depressed because there's a lot of dark shit going on in here. But it's something that I've had to change around and so it's not known. So yeah. The pain of trying to be free is far worse than anything I could have dreamed. To want to be the love and joy the movies showed me. To radiate light like the best HD screens. But I was born into a world that feared me. A world that saw me as a threat, something to be caged, something to be beat, an oddity. And so I let them gawk and berate like I was the enemy, like to hate me was to be free, like that anger would provide the future they dreamed. And for a long time, I thought love was to be accepted by society. But what was acceptable seemed to change so rapidly, so I was always going to be on the wrong part of my feet. I was always going to be lacking sleep. I was always going to be trying to get up, and that was always going to be a mean feat. But I miss that child. I miss that child that loved everything and everybody, that child that was carefree. You see, I tried to search him out, but I'm afraid to go that deep. I'm afraid I'll get lost in the surrounding abyss and never find me. Look, I've spent so long speaking negatively, speaking on the cruelty of my own mind directed simply at me, one's own self, if you know what I mean. Well, let's turn the page happily. Let's aim for self-love and peace. Let's breathe freely like ancients. If equations come together and create, then let's make arrangements. Let's break bread with more than acquaintance. Let's clink glasses with ample champagne, and I want to view you like you view me, closed-circuit surveillance. And I can promise you I'll forever be your entertainment. This is free view, so no need for payment. And I'm not going to lie, but for the both of us, this is going to take maintenance. But we're worth it. Like L'Oreal. No need for rationale, just call me and I'll find your locale. I want a text conversation like a grand slam. You be Djokovic and I'll be Nadal. Let's not keep secrets like this is a school exam. I want to talk space and time like we work for a space program. Let's be battering rams. Let's break down walls. I'll be yours just because. I'll be yours just because I love all your flaws. I can see the brightness of creation through your ocean doors. Let me be your cause. You affect the very basis of me. You're like fresh chips with barbecue sauce. And the melody of your voice cuts through like a sword on a cheese board. You know me better than any identity card and protect my heart like a security guard. So here's the codes to my phone. I guess to fall you have to let go. 2 souls, 1 car driving down that road, and if this is it, then I'm content. I have memories stored, scored like adverts on billboards. You're my number 1. I wanna make sure you're certified double platinum. I'll wrap you in gold like you're a bottle of Cristal double magnum. Bring your baggage and let's unpack some. Let's take a flight somewhere random, get a bike and ride tandem. Give me your hand and I'll hold it in front of the man them. I'll never ghost you like a phantom. I'll undress and you can be my only fan. Let's build the perfect life that rivals anything on Instagram. You are love, and if God is love, then you are holy. Let me repent my sins by your feet and pray you forgive me. Put your finger through my braids and pull me in gently. Let's ride these waves of emotion jointly, and I guess this means occasionally we might have to love each other remotely, but space and time have a tendency to create memories. Simply, you look back fondly. You see, you pop into my mind nostalgically, like you've been a constant since the 80s, and it still surprises me you want me, and not in that everything has to be done sexually, but I guess you'll be catching this as it was intended, intellectually. I would follow you blindly as you bring out the best in me. I've prayed to the old gods and the new, and my knuckles were left raw from the bamboo. I had built walls that atomic bombs would have struggled to break through, but I guess God knows and always knew love like water always wins. So, pour your love over me and see me here anew. Thank you.